Hello, everybody, and welcome to the final round of College Disc Golf Nationals. It's been a long road, but we have finally gotten here. Dalton, what's our position going into this round?
We're looking at tied 13th, 11 down. Our eyes are definitely set on that top 5. That would be pushing it, but we really want to secure that top 10 finish. Best finish in club history if we are able to do that.
Yeah, we're back at Winthrop. Was it windy day, right, Matt?
Yeah, it was like probably almost as windy as round 2. Maybe not quite as bad as round 1, but yeah.
Notably a different wind, though.
Yeah.
Completely different direction.
Yeah.
And it was also swirling, too, kind of like it was a lot of the other rounds. You could never really tell what direction it was actually going.
Exactly. And finally, we are not actually playing with ISU.
You're not?
It's shocking. We're playing with UW-Platteville, tied with us, I believe.
Also in our conference, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, it is funny. We drove all the way here just to say hi to some people down the street. But I think without further ado, we should get into this.
Let's do it.
Let's see it. Starting off, we got Jack Weiss on the hole 1 of Winthrop.
Looks like a Nuco OS forehand. Kind of a common play, especially into this wind.
Yeah, forehand's the play on this hole if you have it.
Ooh.
Kind of nice.
Pro backspin.
Pro backspin. Very nice shot there.
And then here we have Eric Gutenberg, I believe is how you pronounce it.
You got to commit to it. Eric Gutenberg. Probably, I think. Throwing a backhand here. Kind of the play if your partner can throw a safer forehand. You kind of chop off a bit more with the backhand.
Backhand has the most potential for distance, actually. That was one of the reasons we considered putting Matt and I on this hole.
Yeah. Didn't end up going with that, but it would have been an
not
interesting
bad
play.
Bad.
Yeah, it's a great shot here too. Got myself with the backhand.
What are you throwing?
Throwing. What am I throwing? Oh, it's an Undertaker. It's an Undertaker. No, it's not.
It's the Thunderbird.
It's a Thunderbird. Yeah, it's a Thunderbird. I picked up this Thunderbird this weekend, and I was really liking how it was flying. The wind kind of beat it down here.
Great shot.
Yeah, we kind of had like a headwind that kept. It was like also a crosswind, but it kept switching directions. Like you can kind of see the flags doing that.
It looked like a great shot, and it just like it was fine position wise, but like it was just distance wise. It felt like that shot was not near what you need for a birdie.
Definitely a little short of where we want to be, but not too bad.
How much in were you guys looking for on this hole to get birdie? Like what was your ideal kind of realistic approach?
Honestly, just like anything inside 350 was like not bad. It's kind of the same the same shape, no matter how far away you are.
Yeah, this is just really far, unfortunately.
It's
like
probably what,
full flex,
400.
Yeah, at least into like a strong headwind. You'd see the flag on top of the basket there.
Great shot.
I thought that was a little closer.
I was shocked how short that was too, because it's like you're not usually throwing it that short, and I mean even Dalton's shot this.
Bad.
This was.
Bye Destroyer.
Kind of forgot about this actually.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to forget about that.
Good, we all forgot about that.
Yeah.
Caleb's honestly not a real one for not editing that out. Like he should have edited that out.
They're a little bit closer here. They actually end up going with the backhand. That's kind of nice.
They have a more realistic shot for birdie here, but it's still far.
Yeah, that big tree there on the left kind of makes the forehand hyzer hard, and then putting anything over the trees on the right is also very difficult. It's hard to trust yourself on a spike hyzer when there's all those trees in the way and a headwind. This was a great shot.
Yeah, really, really tricky hole today.
That's it.
Oh, I didn't realize how close that was.
It got there, yeah.
A lot of the shots, the approaches get really close to that water, unfortunately.
It is so early. I'm Dan with the hood up right now. I'm cold.
The warmest of the days that we were there, besides the practice days, and then just the windiest, and it made it 15 degrees colder.
It really did. I was shivering in my little timbers. I'll tell you.
So you can just see the wind just howling there, ruining that putt.
Yeah, full bid here though.
Ooh, I like it.
Gotta miss the full bids high.
Very spinny putt.
Very much. Great tap in.
That was so low.
That wasn't low. That was a great tap out. I know you're good for those.
Yeah, maybe sometimes. Here we have Anders
with a massive spike hyzer over the right. Really the only day that this was even an option for anyone.
Yeah, more of a right to left wind than that thing stuck on like a downslope. Kind of that's a fantastic shot. It allows him to go. Allows Ian Waters actually to go more aggressive.
Very powerful shot there as it's flipping up. Looks kind of good, but anything moving left.
Just set. It even skipped in bounds, which is kind of cool.
It did.
Easy par.
Yeah. Matt, how was the win today for you comparatively to the other rounds?
Definitely not as good of a win for the forehand, but I actually end up kind of throwing a better shot here than I had most of the other rounds. Like, I wasn't contesting the water as much.
Yeah, I was really happy with how much it scooted in just to make that approach a little bit easier for us.
Yeah, that cleared it very easily.
And what's this, Dalton?
It's a PD2. I would be throwing my Destroyer, but that is in the drink. So hopefully not putting another one in the water, but definitely getting more aggressive with it.
That is a full full shot right there.
Yeah. The ground must have been moist because everything was digging.
Yeah.
Guys, I was scared about this putt. I won't lie.
You switched from your regular putting putter.
And it was so in, and you can see the confidence within me with that putt. You can really. Ooh, that's tough.
That kind of confidence?
Yeah, that's what I should have gotten. But no harm,
Two
no
great
foul.
birdies.
Good cleanup there.
I believe that's a par for them.
No, that's a birdie.
Oh, it is a birdie.
Yeah, the one
I'm
spiked.
so sorry. You're
No,
right because
good. Yeah, still their box.
the.
This is just
Holy.
turned. This hole's into a headwind, which is just not fun.
I know it's tough hole. There's OB on the. See, I want to instinctively like break down these holes, but you guys have already kind of done that for a few rounds here, haven't you? So
I mean, only one, or I guess two if we include the singles. But
yeah, I mean, our audience must be familiar at this point with the course. But OB on the right side, OB on the left side is the lake.
Oh, you got rocked.
That was probably in without the
that
rock
was
too.
definitely
I
without
it was
the
close,
rock.
yeah.
It was skipping.
think it's in without the rock.
Yeah.
What are you throwing here? Back to the Thundy?
Back to the Thunderbird.
Such a good disc. Wow. Just,
Was this a good one?
I think this was
Yeah.
fantastic.
Oh, it was.
That was a really nice amount
Wow.
of flip on that. That was perfect.
Great shot, Dan.
Never a doubt.
Full, like, this is such a difficult shot, especially into a headwind. Just a low penetrating line drive that flips up. Yours got to a little bit of Annie, and Trevor's just got to
Trevor
flat. And just, you see
Lost
how
his
far it
crew
is.
there.
Yeah, that was really tough to see him lose the crew. I mean, the
Yeah.
crew like a crutch disc for Trevor.
Yeah. It was really. Oh, they must have stayed in bounds on one of them because I think all OB goes to the drop zone normally.
Correct. Yeah. And that approach is scary.
This guy has some expensive discs. I was looking at his bag,
Does he
and
really?
they're all like, it stays.
Okay, there it is.
They're all like what's the Huck Lab ties on like clear discs.
Oh, yeah. Great putt.
Felt good to get the putt going. I mean, getting a birdie on holes 2 and 3 and not one is kind of a weird combo.
It's a weird combo, but I think it jazzed us up. You
I
know,
think
we
so,
were kind of
too.
like gives you the confidence that's like you can birdie any hole now.
Yeah.
You know?
Because we didn't get either of those two birdies the last round we
We did
played.
not.
We did
no.
not know.
Triple Mando hole.
Accidental layup by me, but allows Matt to go more aggressive with it. And I think it just.
Yeah, I went cap wrap here and just left it a little bit short, but I was kind of trying to do that hyzer play in through the Mando.
I was really surprised it didn't have the distance. I mean, you put the right amount of mustard on it. I felt like, and it just
Yeah.
Tailwind really drops a lot of stuff and makes things fly way beefier in this
Yeah.
one. It looks like a right to left, but I swear it just played as pure tail.
This hole just played as impossible for us this weekend. It felt.
Played impossible for a lot of people. That looked so good, and I think it literally hit the last bamboo thing.
It's one of those I didn't go into the tournament thinking I'd be like scared of, but then, it's just I don't know. It's the wind. It really is the wind.
Yeah, I wasn't really scared of like missing the Mando. I was more so scared of just not getting a birdie look for you guys.
Yeah. It's when you want a birdie.
I thought that was in out of his hand.
No, I was so mad.
Trevor's
Not mad,
putter
but-
is just off by like an inch every time. It's
I
so
know.
unfortunate. Two good bids by them there.
Yeah. That'll be a set of pars right there.
Yeah, looks like it. It is interesting to say that UW-Platteville's also in our conference.
They are.
So we, went all the way to South Carolina and then played with two conference teams.
We did indeed.
Oh, this looks so good.
This was money. Was
Oh.
it not? Was it not money?
No, we had some unfortunate. That was an unfortunate
yes.
kick there.
But that was not the worst kick to have.
No, definitely not. Oh, bandana off.
Dan Bana is off, which
Does that mean crush time?
you dog, you're so dirty for saying that. This was such a bad shot. It makes sense though. No Dan Bana, no good shot. I don't make the rules. The
Less
rules make themselves.
aerodynamic,
Exactly. Aerodynamic. I don't know. I'm getting too jiggy with it. I like the hyzer play here though.
I
And this
think it's
is
a better play.
A well executed hyzer
Oh,
play.
yeah. I mean, you can see the hyzer flip up was nice. Definitely played into a little bit of a headwind. Maybe more so right to left, which made this shot really tricky to get in the right spot.
That's in the prime landing zone though. That's like right where you want to land.
Yeah, this one also looks pretty good. Maybe a little overturned.
It does, but I mean, going up the gut and then working yourself right, so you have the space to still work yourself left and not be in that OB is really. That was like 5 feet further than
Five
the
feet,
first one.
5
yeah.
feet better, yeah.
Hey,
I thought I hit this. You can see the headwind just turn that
Dude,
over.
I saw you line up for backhand here, and I was just like, why?
I
And
don't
I'm
feel
asking you
super
now,
comfortable
why?
with the flex play, the flex forehand. Actually, we missed Matt's
We
flex
did miss
forehand.
Matt's shot there, but it was better.
Well, because if you throw a dead straight shot to where I think I can land that, I think I get you. Wow, that's a nice roller. I think I get you guys to like a 35, 40 footer.
Yeah,
And
that
I
is
think
true.
Matt can park you. That's why it was more so kind of a safe shot because I knew I probably wasn't going to beat with it. Whereas the forehand, I could throw straight up into the trees and just leave you guys with a really
it's
difficult up
so
shot.
easy to screw up that forehand.
Yeah. I mean, this is Matt's forehand, and you just see how touchy it is.
Oh, this is bad.
Yeah, it wasn't ideal.
Was not ideal.
Was that a pig?
It was a pig.
Yeah.
Pig forehand.
I think the
you
wind
know.
kind of lifted you straight up. You like maybe a degree too much of nose angle.
It happens. Good thing Trevor's a forehand guy, I
Yeah,
guess.
Trevor
Like,
with the
what?
zone.
Ooh.
That doesn't make
I
sense.
gave him that zone. That makes me happy to see him throwing it.
I love seeing that guy throw forehands. It's so shocking. It's
They're
like,
so good. He just
I
needs more
know.
confidence with it, I swear.
It's so funny because he is the most confident player on a team. You ask him if you can do this shot, he's like, of course, it's easy.
Yeah.
And it's like not an easy shot. But with forehands, he doesn't have that confidence. Great putt by Matt.
Look at our B team. Shout out B team
Shout
for
out B
following
team.
us. They were just kind of sitting around. It was awesome to have them around. This
I
hole's
love
awesome.
having them around. I
love
like this hole.
I love Matt and I on this hole so much because I just get to throw far if I can throw a good shot. Because Matt always parks the shot.
He does. He puts
so
us right there where we
good.
need to. Literally on the flat landing
Yeah,
zone, too, which
perfect.
is just superb.
This hole's into a really hard headwind.
Yeah, that's why I was going Nuka West today rather than crank.
I threw this on so much hyzer and it just flips all the way over and just gets shot down.
Money.
Yeah, what
But-
were you throwing here?
That's a DD3 as well.
Money.
Yeah, thank you.
It's funny. You know it's a headwind and you're about to rip when Dalton puts the hat on backwards.
Every far
The
shot I throw is
aerodynamics.
just- I don't know why I do it. I think it's just kind of like a turbo mode.
It's turbo mode.
Yeah. They threw a more traditional play. A lot of people just lay this one up.
Really,
Yeah. Well, because they don't have a lot of forehand guys. They don't have like a Matt Lauer on one of their.
you can just get to
members
I
here.
don't know. You can get to a pretty easy spot with a backhand though. It's
You can, but you definitely challenge the OB way more.
I don't know.
Ooh,
Man.
that did.
We didn't drive to South Carolina to lay up.
We
did
didn't.
not.
They might have. You don't know that.
This should be one of the easier birdies on the course.
Yeah.
If you're planning on birdieing out here, this is one you're planning on birdieing.
100%. You going pig?
It's a pig.
Yeah, I like that.
Piggy
Again, into
wiggy.
a headwind, but like you see that thing just dancing a little bit. Great
It
shot.
really got that movement to the left that I needed at the end there.
Perfectly
barely
right
enough.
behind that tree.
I know. I noticed that. I felt bad, but
OB long on this hole is definitely the miss, just because of how short the OB short is, and you don't get to play from it. I don't think.
it's so easy to go short.
It
It is
really
so
is.
easy. And you're right. You don't get to play from it. It's not a hazard. So,
I think they're just outside, so they're able to step this one.
and that actually went out B.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And they said, run it again.
And that one went OB too.
Yeah. That was tough to watch.
Ooh, just
That was tough to watch too.
Yeah. That wasn't my finest putt.
Could have caught. Doesn't matter. That's a birdie.
I don't
Dalton's
know
always
why.
good for
I don't know
that.
where my confidence came from on that putt. I had my aunt, my cousins, and my dad in the background. I was like, I can't miss this.
No, I mean, you're
We
in.
disowned.
They're all here, man.
They are. This hole was interesting because I think this was kind of playing like a left to right tail. And
Yeah,
Trevor
so it was
threw
just-
that pretty hard.
Yeah.
know.
The harder the Thunderbird, that wind is just slamming those hyzers down.
The harder the Thunderbird, the harder the fall. You know.
Exactly. This hole played super different than it felt like it was playing in.
The confidence you had stepping up to this was amazing.
Was it?
Yes. We were like, you were like, talk to me about the wind. And then I was like, it's a tail. And he's like, I got this. It's going in bounds. And you got the best roll.
Oh, dude, you know, I wish I never saw that. Like,
Yeah.
I wish I just would go to sleep at night just thinking that was in bounds the whole time, baby.
Yeah. 100%. 180-degree wind direction switch from our previous round.
That's really funny. Someone totally was like, man, and you got a good roll too. And I was like, yeah, but it was totally like in bounds. Other way, it's not the case.
No. Playing this one in a right to left, it was so easy to go long. And then playing this one in a left to right tail just made this like that much harder.
Weird hole.
Yeah.
And we did not. Yeah. See, there's the.
They got the CTP by maybe like 3 feet.
We were
if
crabby
that.
pattyless the whole weekend.
We were. Well, we only had 2 opportunities.
The whole weekend, Dalton.
Yeah. This is just outside the circle.
I thought he made it.
I thought I jammed it. I was so mad. I didn't punch the ground. You didn't see that?
No, that's us.
This is also a tough putt. Just
Yeah.
like ripping right, left to right for us. Maybe a little more pure tail for them, but
Windy. Bottom line.
yeah. It made every putt that much harder.
It really did. I mean, like, no wind. This is an A-team birdie. Every D1
This is the
team.
easiest hole on the course,
Yeah.
I would imagine, with no wind.
I'd imagine probably was just the easiest on the course, I'd say.
Yeah.
Do you think it played that way? I mean, I guess we have those stats, but
I don't know. Oh, back to turbo mode.
hazard hole. Oh God, no, I don't want to see this.
Nah, this is pretty sad.
I know.
I mean, just playing into a headwind. It looks good.
Oh, it was so close.
In the hazard
to
by
getting in
like
bounds.
2 feet.
It was so close.
Unfortunate.
And it
stuff.
would have been amazing too. Like
would've been
really
nice.
just a very simple birdie. And it seems
The
like
mad
the wind,
hands in the air.
the wind seemed to die down there.
Yeah,
and
didn't get the reaction I was expecting from the wind, and it just kind of went straight into the bushes.
Oh, he's going for the aggressive play too, but you see that headwind get him as well. The nice thing is, though, is if you make the mistake of going in the hazard, but you go that far, you have the chance for par. Whereas from there, they don't. It's nothing.
No, yeah.
And
And,
then the smart play just laying up to that giant
Exactly.
landing zone.
and what was going through my head when I saw, our drives land in hazard is, I don't want to take our second bogey of the year, guys.
Yeah, I mean, our first one ever was Northwood's Black Hole 9,
Hole
which is
9,
like
yep.
not the one you'd think we'd take a bogey on, but an understandable one.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it definitely popped up in my head.
I didn't want to have 2 bogeys on the season. I was not ready for it.
It's kind of a forehand approach from where we were.
I know.
And having you and Trevor on that, kind of counterintuitive.
I know, because we had, we weren't super close. We weren't super far, but this is not a fun backhand to do.
No.
Especially with this wind.
The head, when you see that, that's an overstable mid by Trevor there, and it just gets stalled.
It does. He put a decent move on it, and it did land in bounds.
We were making that putt.
Yeah, we knew we were going to make that one.
So you're going rock 3 here, halo. And we talked you through it. Aim left of the basket. It'll flip over and drag. And man, did you throw exactly what we talked about.
Yeah,
that
this
was an
money.
insane shot.
I was so excited to watch that shot. You were literally just like, I'm going to say something crazy, and I'm like, what? And you're like, just throw a hyzer at the basket.
Yeah.
And
You did exactly that.
it made sense. I was like, yes, captain. Yes, sir. Yes, boss. Let's get this par.
That was such a great, well-executed shot.
Oh, that was a good run.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nice. Wow. Oh yeah, I see those
Yeah, there's
guys.
some fancy discs in that dude's bag. It's fun to watch. Nice putt by Matt.
You can always count on Matt to clean up those ones that you just don't want to have to make like that.
No.
Like, they are not fun.
In the pimp shades, too. Oh, this hole was so hard. This right to left
Dude,
headwind.
this was awful.
Yeah.
was a
This
bad shot,
play is
too.
like 450.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah.
This is when it would have been nice to have a forehand or 2 on.
Yeah,
know.
but even then, I feel like it's just going to be so easy to come up short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to hit it hard. Trevor also hitting this one hard, but just not getting.
I
all
really
in it.
thought he kind of nailed this. Like, he hit it. It needed to be a little bit lower to kind of just keep going down and penetrate.
Trevor
but
has that slight natural air bounce, which I feel like in any sort of headwind really kills some of his distance, which is unfortunate.
It does.
This looks good, just too flippy.
And that's crazy because, like,
That's mashed.
it is mashed, and everything else was going up and to the left, and then this just started moving right, and I was jealous that my disc didn't do that.
Oh, this one looks nice.
This
Definitely
looks
made the
money.
nice correction. Wow.
This is money.
Go. And full flight and like lands 24 feet short of the basket.
Yeah,
Skips to
so
an
we got a tough
undesirable
roll.
spot. This is a far putt, man.
Yeah.
I think we had me going first because I'm jump putting, whereas Matt is not. I thought that was so in out of my hand.
my God.
Don't look at my
What?
reaction.
Oh, this was such a good run by Matt,
Yeah.
too. That was like, I don't know why, but like, we walked away from that hole, and it was like a 90-foot putt or
Yeah.
something.
Like, we should have made
got
that.
Yeah.
one. Like, what are we doing, guy?
It felt. I did. Like that was probably the cleanest putt of my life in that headwind. I'm not usually like that. And then Matt just throwing it a bit high, like somewhere in the middle of those two is a dead center putt that just gets the
I know.
juices flowing. But at least we get another par 3 to attack it, which great wind flip for us. This
Exactly.
playing kind of a right to left today instead of
hole.
a huge headwind. And Matt, when he pulls out that crank,
Oh, my goodness.
oh my goodness.
You can just smell
Oh.
the birdie. Oh, my gosh,
That
Matt.
roll.
Woo!
And it allows me to go back to the turbo mode, I guess, and just do something a little more silly.
It doesn't matter what you do here, because
Nope, not at all.
We're making that. But it ended up like really good too, honestly.
Any other day, I'm so happy about this shot. Just
That's ridiculous. That is
that's in the circle.
ridiculous.
Two drives in the
20,
circle on this
25
hole is
feet.
nuts.
Really bad doubles golf, guys.
Yeah, yeah. He saw my line. He's like, I kind of liked that. Reminiscent of hole 2.
He kind of mashes too.
Oh, he does mash. That's inbounds.
That is inbounds.
Yeah. So that the street is where it is OB.
Yeah,
Please let them back to the boss.
Sidewalk, all good.
I think we have Ian here.
Yeah, the wind was a little bit more attackable on this
Yeah.
hole this
Ooh.
day. I kind of felt like the whole tournament, the wind was awful for this hole.
Ripping headwind, except round 3, which we weren't here, unfortunately.
No, we were in the woods
Yeah.
on a calm day.
But I mean, this is definitely one of the harder holes, especially when you're playing into a headwind. So,
Yeah.
oh, good bit by them there.
And we're feeling really good about, about how we're doing,
This
especially
is a
after this
very
birdie.
good birdie.
Very good birdie to get.
Yeah. And now we're going into a stretch of 2 of the easier holes, probably 2 of the 3 easiest holes on the course.
Yeah.
Kind of tricky with how windy it was.
Yeah, we
This
kept
was
having a
this
left
was
to
just
right
not it.
wind on this one, and yeah, just
Throwing straight in wind is just not as easy as advertised.
No, it is very difficult. And the wind still gets through on this hole somehow.
yeah.
For sure. Trevor, I mean, he went trace, which is a lot of disc for this hole, but I mean, that just shows you how bad the wind is.
And it was still short.
It was still short.
Not a bad shot, though.
No.
All said and done,
Definitely
you can sometimes.
safer. Ooh. I mean, getting
not bad.
That's the miss. Long left is more open, whereas like anything on the right side is not very puttable. Forehand's a crazy play, but I'm loving it.
I'm pretty sure I saw one of our guys park it with a forehand too.
Was that? What'd you throw?
In the
Pyro?
singles round. Pyro,
Yeah,
yeah.
that makes sense. So that's Matt in there. I walked in there and I said, Matt, you're going first. That's
I knew it was happening.
It was
too.
so good.
It was so good.
Once a tournament, man.
Really just kept the vibes going.
Yeah.
Really just.
I would hate to be them.
amazing.
Oh, we just got a stroke on them, and Matt just challenged her out of the woods of nowhere. Awesome. This whole man.
Did you go up the gap?
I did. So I had a Sex of Firebird, and I told Liam, some guy on our B team, the guy on our B team, that he could sign it if I made it through the gap clean, and I did. So he signed it, put a little heart next to it.
And look at that.
And Matt also went through the gap.
Yeah, I hadn't really done this in practice at all because I hadn't accounted for Dalton getting inside like 25 feet.
Which this is kind of a nice hole to get. That
This roll was crazy.
this is an
Yeah.
awful roll.
Negative distance on that shot,
Oh.
unfortunately.
I wish you guys could see how small the gap is from the back of from behind the tee pad. It's very tight.
Minuscule.
This was a great shot though. To step up and throw that shot when your partner is
behind the tee pad. Yeah, I mean, incredible.
definitely didn't make the gap bigger from back there.
No, it did not. And these putts in here are always tricky. Always got some little branch reaching out to the disc to swat it down.
I think where they are though is kind of the miss because short is even more blocked off.
I'd say so. It's a bit more dense.
Great putt.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
So we just have this left for birdie, which is awesome.
Yeah, very short putt. Little tree in the way. Easy
I kind
cleanup.
of like this. Instead of having that like one par 4 that would cause so much congestion, putting into 2 holes.
I agree. It made the flow of play a little better.
So while some holes played easier in the wind, I think this one played harder.
I think so too.
So just kind of like a straight tail, which made everything really hard to throw dead straight.
Yeah.
And Trevor just fading out early there and just a little yanked, but maybe going to get that back door again.
Boom.
Straight.
It's like a 50-50 of that.
Such
it's
a
not gonna
mean.
happen.
If you hit it dead center and drop right there, it's a par.
Nah, I think that shot kind of had a 50-50 of being in or out. Like
That's fair.
you hit one way or the other, right?
No, yeah, for sure.
And it kind of creeps into our head that, fellas, for the first time in months, we're gonna have to take a bogey.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean,
Unless-
we have maybe a 60 or 50
50-footer for
Exactly.
par, I think.
Yeah.
and we want it.
And it's windy. I mean, where they are is almost more advantageous just because they're throwing up and down for par.
Oh yeah, I mean absolutely.
Yeah.
You take safe all day as opposed to hazard.
A little tricky stance. This hole is so difficult. I
It is.
mean, the big forehand might be the play, but
It's like a touchdown hill though, isn't it?
it is.
Am I crazy to say
oh,
that?
100% is. Oh, that felt so good.
I know, it was such a good bid.
Bad roll. But still there. So, Matt to save the streak.
It didn't. I don't.
It
It
looks
didn't
so
matter
good
if
for a second.
you were close or not. Matt was running that.
Oh, 100%.
Keeping Trevor warm here.
I think we do a very good job compared to other teams about keeping putters hot.
Yeah, I think the strict mentality of this person goes first, this person goes second is not always the best for staying warm.
Definitely not. Iconic.
Oh,
Hole
iconic
17
hole.
at USDGC. For us, hole 14. That
Crazy.
was a crazy good shot.
Really nice
That's an XT Nova to perfection.
Yeah, that was money. That was beautiful to watch.
It was.
More traditional forehand here.
Aggressive. That is a beefy. I believe that's a Justice. Or no,
Yeah.
Zone OS.
Yeah.
Zone
pretty,
OS,
pretty
yeah.
similar discs, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Just trying to rip it straight at the basket.
What are you
had
going here,
beef.
Matt?
I think I went cap wrap here again. I accidentally ran this. I was trying to throw safe to the right and just got a little bit of tournament juice.
that really could have stuck. It felt like
It could
too.
have, yeah. But you often see the ones that are like just 5 feet short of the out of bounds. They almost always skip or roll out.
They do. Oh, great shot, Dalton.
Thanks,
I mean, the
man.
zone, that was money.
so
I wasn't
clutch.
horrified at all.
No, it was so good, and it's something you got to capitalize on.
Yeah.
Let's
see
see
if we can do it.
30-footer for Dan for the birdie.
Oh! At least they both stayed in bounds.
It was heartbreaking.
Yeah,
that's like
that's one you want to get.
you need to miss,
especially after the bogey.
I know you got to.
We were on a heater. We were at 6 down after that, which tied our round 2 score.
Exactly.
So now we're to 5.
I was even after we had birdied the forehand one. I was even getting delusional and being like, guys, we birdie out. We could take this thing down.
We could have. We genuinely could have been top 3, but
Top 3,
birdieing
yeah.
out is.
It's a tall task.
Yeah, that was a nice try by him. Still gonna have awkward footing, however.
Such a tough hole.
The forehand is so the play. The more I watch this, the more I wish I threw forehand on it.
I know. It's like it's kind of a nightmare backhand to throw because it's so easy to like hit it and just cut roll left.
Yeah. Or just turn it over too much like this.
Yeah.
That just has no chance of coming back.
No.
That's my dad,
little
actually.
dad action.
Dan Hastings. Not the pro disc golfer Dan Hastings, unfortunately. So you're going Undertaker here.
Yeah.
Is this your more medium stable or Flippy?
This is the flippier one.
I like this. See, this kind of had that forehand flight characteristic where you drag it to the right, and it was just so good.
That was so nice.
I was very happy with that one. Big pressure shot, with Trevor O.B.
You executed huge.
I was shaking in my boots.
That's one where after a bogey and a missed putt inside the circle that can go very poorly for us.
Yeah, it brought the vibes from bad to like at least neutral, I'd say,
Yeah.
at that point.
They were right by that little drop zone thing
This
there.
is so easy to do, though. Is throwing right
Throwing
into that what's
uphill
left.
early release, yeah.
It's uphill early release. It is the classic.
Yeah. So I'm going Pursuit here, which is it's a legacy disc, kind of like a Rock X3 overstable, faster zone. I didn't get all the skip, but I got a decent amount.
Yeah, that was money. I mean,
That was definitely my miss. I wanted to miss on the safer side.
yeah, we take that all day.
So Matt's going to the Eagle.
The rare Matt backhand.
And I just throw it straight into the ground.
It's all right. We don't pay you to throw backhands.
No.
We don't pay him. He actually has probably incurred financial. It doesn't matter. Anyway, we love to have Matt here, and we're thankful for his forehands.
Yeah. Especially being my partner. Made my life so much easier.
Yeah.
I don't have to lay up nearly as much. Just a little deep. But that's the easy mistake here.
It is.
Honestly, the best shots look sawed off.
They do.
Absolutely.
This is not a fun putt into that headwind.
It
Left,
is
right, crosswind.
Really good to hit the cage there, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a putt.
That is so money. Right
Yeah,
there.
Ian stepping up huge there for his team. So you guys are looking at about 28
28 downhill.
headwind.
All day.
I was so adamant that you'd take this one first.
Really just because of the wind and how our putts,
Yeah.
fly. Trevor's is a little less
nose
reliable.
up. Spinny putt was awesome. This hole played so hard today into that headwind.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Downhill into a headwind, controlling height. Like I throw it a decently overstable buzz.
It just kept moving
It
right.
flipped over the entire way.
Out of your hand, I'm like, this might go in the basket.
Yeah.
And it just
I
flipped
know.
all the way over.
No shot whatsoever. Pin high.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough in teams because it's like you either get the wind read or you don't.
Yeah.
We did not, and it makes a difference. But
didn't
they
get it
were able
either.
to read it a bit
Yeah.
from us.
I mean, it's just so easy to make that mistake. This was so good.
Yeah, that was money. He put it on so much hyzer too.
I mean, still 30 short.
Yeah.
Trevor,
Such a good bid.
so many good runs this weekend. The frustration kind of boiling over at the end. I think he had at least 4 putts on the weekend that were 3 to 4 inches from going in and just changing the round vibes.
I know it's tough feeling like you're playing at that like top 3 level, and it's just those dang putts that don't make it. But that's the difference,
It is.
Like
It
you
really
gotta
is.
the shot's gotta fall.
Yeah. So hole 17, kind of one of the harder holes.
Yeah.
Especially in this wind. I mean, it was tail, which should help, but you got to play such a flip up backhand.
You do.
Almost mini flex.
Yeah. Very tough hole. Very far.
I'm not going to lie. It didn't look like they were aiming when they were throwing on this hole.
I think at some point it's late in the tournament and it's hard to just care about every shot. You've played
That's a
so
good
much
point.
competitive disc golf.
That's a good point. I
but
mean, this was a good shot. Oh, I didn't know he hit that tree.
That is tough.
Yeah.
That is tough.
That was pretty unlucky. I remember watching it from up there because I was just spotting, and I was like, if it missed that, it was probably going to be inside like
That
C2.
looks so good, too.
I was going with
Yeah.
the turn up the gut, right?
Yeah, because that's our aggressive play for you on this one.
Oh,
Still
that
rolling.
was- No, that was just bad though. That actually wasn't even close. I just hit
Really?
a tree.
I thought the angle was pretty good.
the angle was fine. I was just tracking a tree.
Oh, this is awesome.
a good
Wow, that's so good. And you stayed in bounds, so
Huge.
I'm like, I'm going to throw a skip shot. I throw this about 80. I throw it fast, Caleb. But 80 miles an hour too hard. Little spinner. I like that spin putt, especially for the wind conditions for this round.
Yeah.
A little bit. This would be that would have been a good par save.
Yeah. Oh, yes. That was for par. Or that was for par.
Yeah.
This is for a 5. A little right.
No, little.
Or for a 4, I think.
4.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
If they miss it, it's 4 or 5.
Gotcha.
Which they end up taking.
All right. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
That's tough.
So this is Trevor's from Matt's lie. I believe you threw Berg, Matt?
Yeah.
Nice. Great putt by
Great
him.
putt by Trevor.
Those go unnoticed.
You know they do, and you got to make them.
Yeah,
you know
definitely do.
it's always good not to put the stress on your partner too. Final hole of College Disc Golf Nationals. Oh my God, not the dramatic reenactment.
Yeah.
Oh man, go watch my singles round. We haven't actually finished
so
it yet,
funny.
but you can probably see it.
Yeah. I love this hole. I just wish the tee pad had a little bit better of a run up, especially for trying to throw distance shots.
I just yanked this Wraith a little bit.
This
that
was
was fine.
a left to right, I think. Oh,
Yeah.
Jeez.
that looks bad.
And Matt, you pulled it a bit, but you actually landed in a spot that's like
Oh,
right
yeah.
before
I
the
honestly
OB.
couldn't even remember where it landed. Yeah.
Wow, you actually get to see the last bit of that flight, which is kind of hilarious. Oh,
That roll
cut
was unfortunate. If
That
it didn't
was-
cut roll, we would have taken that.
Probably, I think. But we'll have something for Matt's for sure.
So how were you guys feeling on the last hole of College Disc Golf Nationals 2024? Like,
little
you know,
emotional,
A little emotional.
honestly.
I was too.
And it wasn't really for myself. It was kind of just like, I know Trevor and Matt are gone.
Yeah.
You might be here next semester, Matt, but like, I don't know. It's kind of like we came all this way together, and we're not going to play probably another college disc golf round together. It was-
No, and that's it's college disc golf's a really special thing playing this rotating dubs format.
Yeah.
Especially all the fun we had this year, not even on camera, like all the practice rounds, all the random shots. The bickering back and forth,
The putts,
the ill-advised celebrations.
exactly, everything. It all contributes.
Yeah. The camaraderie at the Airbnb,
Oh,
the
yeah.
late night horse games, putting.
Oh yeah.
Just
I was thinking about all that on hole 18. I won't lie. It was a fun week.
This was
I really
such a
enjoyed
good
it.
shot.
Yeah, this was so money. Kind of got.
That's
that
actually not a
tree there.
horrible kick.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. No.
No, but definitely in a better spot than we were the round 2.
Yeah, we're looking for a birdie on this one.
This is hyper aggressive.
This is really, really hyper aggressive. I think we knew we were in a situation in which if we birdied this, we had a decent chance of remaining in the top 10.
Yeah, so our mentality kind of through the round was like, hey, let's push for top 5, which is kind of almost unrealistic, but like feasible if we play to our full capabilities. But top 10 was definitely the goal. This was an amazing shot.
This was amazing.
Like a thumber roller. Like what?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Just a fantastic shot.
And to your point, I think we're really good at placing just goals that are just like perfect for us and never counting ourselves out of achieving something at the tournament.
Exactly. And I think, we put ourselves in a decent position to obtain our goals for this weekend, which was
did.
nice. And I mean, by far the best finish in our club's history. So
Exactly. Matt going
This
with
was a
forehand
great
there
shot.
when there was a clear backhand.
yeah.
I'm kidding.
You're crazy for that. So Matt's close, so I get to do something dumb and like run it high. And a little too high.
That's okay. Nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
Trevor with the final putt of College Disc Golf Nationals.
You told him to take it. It was pretty surreal.
And it was, you got to let Trevor, because he's the one we know who's not coming back, so you got to
Yeah.
let him take the last one. And
Yeah, for
I'm-
sure.
I'm
there
so
were a
glad
lot
he
of
made it.
hugs after that.
There were.
I kind of wish we got that on camera, but just, probably the best team vibes out there.
I got to say, I think we might not be the best team, but we are in the top 10, but we are the best for vibes.
Yeah,
Undisputed.
I mean, also, like, we just all get along so well. It's kind of crazy.
We do. And all I have to say after that is what a round. And boys, what a season, right? I mean, what a good time. I mean, any reflections on the round and the season in general, boys?
The round was very surreal, I just remember, like, you and Trevor went down to kind of tap that one out. And, I just went to Matt, gave him a big old hug. I was like, thanks for being my partner. It was a pretty emotional time,
Yeah. We kept the same partners throughout the whole season, and it was cool to see that play out and kind of build off your partner. And I don't know, having Trevor take that last putt, his last putt in the Illini, it was very cool to watch. Very cool to watch.
Yeah, and that actually got us into the top 10 right there with that birdie. That was kind of huge.
Minus 18 overall.
Exactly, which was kind of our goal. One of our many goals that we had developing throughout the weekend, depending on where we were doing. We had a good mentality of always keeping a goal in mind. So achieving that top 10 was great. Additionally, other notable placements. ISU finished in 18th, which is a fantastic spot to finish in. Those are our boys over there. And UW-Platteville finished in 22nd, shooting a 1 down on the round, I believe.
Yeah, a tough final round. Definitely not how you want to finish, but I mean, still getting top 25 is an accomplishment as its own.
Yeah, and being under par, I think, is an accomplishment of its own out there. Honestly, like it's easy to do. 2 bogeys on the season for us. Did we talk about that already?
We did during the round,
Oh,
like
did we?
right after it happened.
I just forgot.
No, it's all good. It's like, we're always pushing for that par at worst.
We are.
And we have that birdie mentality, so a bogey really is just kind of grinds the momentum to a halt. So
Yeah, and to kind of round out this Midwestern goodbye, we've got some thank yous. So thank you always to Nick and Caleb for filming these rounds, editing these rounds, reserving this space, doing everything you guys do. Thank you to Trifox. I'll say it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you to Trifox on behalf of Dalton.
Appreciate that.
What are the thank yous we got out there, guys?
Siebel Center.
Siebel Center.
Nick runs the show around here. Again, kind of reiterating the amenities we have here. Like, this facility is top notch, and it's why we're able to produce such great content.
It is.
Along with the people who do it.
Yeah, and thank you to my dad for showing up.
My dad,
Dalton's
too.
for
Yeah, that
showing
was
up.
so cool to have
Yeah.
both of them there.
Always good to have a gallery. Thank you to B-Team for showing up. Thank
Yeah.
you to B-Team for really
Caddying.
developing the program, caddying, doing all they do.
Yeah. Thanks to the club for supporting us and
Exactly.
being
Yeah.
encouraging throughout the whole season and all that. So
Yeah, it's not possible. We're not possible to do what we do out on the course if we don't have the club supporting us and the whole community. So
Thank you, Matt and Trevor.
that's so true.
I mean,
thank
if
you,
this
Matt and
is-
Trevor, for your service to the team.
Just all those years of, driving to nonsense distances to just go throw plastic
Yeah.
in the woods or in an open field. I mean, it's really cool to learn from you guys. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And having said that, I think it's time to ask our audience to like, subscribe, watch it twice, share it with a friend, share it with your mom.
Can I do the bell thing?
Do the bell thing.
Bell.
That's a lot of bells for them to edit in, but they will do it. Sorry, Caleb. But without further ado, thank you so much for watching.
Nice.